of things is happening when it comes to football. What a way to life for Manchester United after 14 months with Ruben Amorim, the Portuguese international. Finally, he has been sacked by Manchester United after 14 months. Awful performances from Ruben Amorim since joining Manchester United. During the 2024-2025 season, when Manchester United let go of Eric Ten Hag, they appointed Ruben Amorim to steer the affairs of Manchester United in the 2024-2025 season. He did so well during the Europa League season, and in the finals, Manchester United lost by 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspurs. Far from that, and in the 2025-2026 season, after 14 months, Ruben Amorim finally leaves Manchester United after awful performance. 15th last season, Manchester United couldn't get even close to going to Europe. 15th last season. And in 2025-2026 season, after drawing 1-1 with Leeds United, going down by a goal to 0, and Matheus Cunha equalizing for Manchester United. And Manchester United finally let go of their head coach, of their manager, Ruben Amorim. 63 matches, 25 wins, 18 draws, 24 losses. Not good enough for a coach to be part of Manchester United. Where else will Ruben Amorim be? What do you think should have been done way back before when things started turning apart for Manchester United? They gave him the chance. They gave him their blessings. They gave him everything he could need to make sure he becomes part of whatever Manchester United needs. Ruben Amorim is not turning things around, playing 3 back, 4 midfield, and then 3 attack. 3-4-3 wasn't helping Manchester United. The hierarchy of Manchester United told Ruben Amorim to play 4-4-2, but he turned deaf ears. Manchester United can score. Then at the end of the 90 minutes, it becomes a draw. Manchester United could score. You might think there is going to be a win for Manchester United. Then the game turns apart for Manchester United. After Enzo Maresca was fired by Chelsea, Manchester United also turns the heat on Ruben Amorim, the Portuguese international. Where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the season? A game you think Manchester United will win and move to top 4. That game will be a draw. A game you think Manchester United is going to pick the 3 maximum points. A game Manchester United will lose. They are out of the Carabao Cup this season. Manchester United is not playing the Carabao Cup. Left with only the Emirates FA Cup and the English Premier League. Manchester United want to play top. They want to play top 4 this season. They want to qualify into the UEFA Champions League this season. But things are turning deaf ears for Manchester United. Things are turning apart for Manchester United. Things are awful for Manchester United. Where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the season after sacking Ruben Amorim? And Crystal Palace head coach is the main target to replace Ruben Amorim. Michael Carrick is in there. And Darren Fletcher is also in there. Darren Fletcher will steer the affairs of Manchester United till a new coach is appointed. But who is coming? Who will replace Ruben Amorim in the hot driving seat? A former player of Manchester United, Michael Carrick, is in there to replace Ruben Amorim till the remainder of the season. Darren Fletcher is also in there till a new coach is appointed. But where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the day and at the end of the season, sacking Ruben Amorim? Who is going to replace Ruben Amorim after his sack? What a top season for Manchester United. An awful season for Manchester United. The worst season in Manchester United history. 2024-2025 season. Worst season for Manchester United. 2025-2026 season has been one of the worst ever season for Manchester United. Losing at home, drawing at home, losing at home, drawing at home, losing games, drawing games. Games you might always think it's a win-win ratio for Manchester United. That games comes to an end with a draw. Where do you think Manchester United is going to be? Who will make Manchester United smile again? Lots of players have been signed. Benjamin Sesko, one of the finest clinical finishers from RB Leipzig, joining Manchester United. But things are not the same for Manchester United since he joined Manchester United. Things hasn't been the clinical finishing that everyone is looking out for Manchester United is not working out. Patrick Dogu was signed. Things are not turning around for Manchester United. Lots of players have been signed, but things are not turning around for Manchester United. Brian Mbeumo has been signed. Matheus Cunha has been signed. Things are not turning around for Manchester United. Where do you think Manchester United will be? Do you think the formation Ruben Amorim is playing is not helping most of the players that were signed by Manchester United? What do you think Ruben Amorim should have done to have changed the status quo of Manchester United to make sure things are right for Manchester United, but it's not the same that Manchester United wanted. They wanted goals. They were rather conceding goals. Since Ruben Amorim joined Manchester United has scored 122 goals and they've conceded 114 goals. 90% of goals Manchester United have dropped. Ruben Amorim, Eric Ten Hag, lots of coaches have been signed after Sir Alex Ferguson left, but things are not the same. United want a great season. Off season, it should be the best. Manchester United were supposed to be counted amongst the best clubs in the world. But Manchester United is part of the awful clubs in the world. One of the biggest clubs when it comes to football, it has been Manchester United. One of the greatest clubs when it comes to football has been Manchester United. One of the most decorated clubs when it comes to football, it has been Manchester United. The biggest clubs in the world, it has been Manchester United. Where else do you think Manchester United would have been? Appointing coaches, sacking coaches, appointing coaches, letting go of managers. Over 300 plus managers have been signed and they've been let go. Who is going to replace Sir Alex Ferguson after the sack of Ruben Amorim? When he joined Manchester United after excellent season with Sporting CP, winning lots of trophies, defeating one of the biggest clubs in Europe. But joining Manchester United, it has been one of the worst seasons ever since joining Manchester United, the worst ever season. 63 matches, 25 wins, 18 draws, 24 losses. Where do you think Ruben Amorim should have placed Manchester United since joining them in 2024? 14 months off from the target, 14 months off from the table. Games that Manchester United is supposed to win. That game is the game Manchester United will either lose or they will draw. 4-4 against FC Bournemouth. A game Manchester United is supposed to win. 2-1 against Aston Villa. A game Manchester United is supposed to win. 1-1 against Leeds United. A game Manchester United is supposed to win. A draw against West Ham United. A game Manchester United is supposed to win. A loss against Everton. A game Manchester United is supposed to win. And Ruben Amorim is just turning Manchester United backwards to the awful land of doom. Manchester United could have sacked Ruben Amorim during the start of the season, but they gave him the rope to turn things around for Manchester United. Coaches comes and coaches leaves. He was supposed to turn things around to make Manchester United one of the best, to make Manchester United one of the greatest, to make Manchester United one of the finest. But things were not happening that way. And Ruben Amorim finally gets kicked out of Manchester United. Where do you think he should be? What do you think he should have done? Should he have even listened to the authorities that always makes Manchester United, that always invest, that always make sure Manchester United gets where they want to be? Things are not always the same for Manchester United when it comes to football. Who should have made it possible for Manchester United? It should have been Ruben Amorim. He has every single player, all the great players, all the most wonderful players that are supposed to make Manchester United great are in there. But where do you think Ruben Amorim have placed Manchester United to become one of the worst clubs in the world of football? Manchester United should be part of European football. They are not in there. Manchester United should have been part of the most decorated clubs when it comes to football. They are not in there. Part of the worst clubs in football. Manchester United is part of it. After Enzo Maresca joined Chelsea, he won the UEFA Conference League. After Enzo Maresca joined Chelsea, he won the FIFA Club World Cup. He was booted out by Chelsea. Ruben Amorim, since joining Manchester United after winning trophies with Sporting CP, got booted out. After getting the players that he wanted, he couldn't turn things around. After getting the players he wanted, he couldn't transform any single player. Players are doing their best to make sure games are won, but the game is always closed by Ruben Amorim. Manchester United has been the worst, has been the most worst ever in Premier League history to always go down the drain when games are being played. Manchester United is going down each and every moment when games are being played. Can win matches, keep on drawing matches, keep on losing matches. Ruben Amorim could have played a 64th game for Manchester United. If he loses, he has lost 25 and won 25. If he wins, he has won 26 and lost 24. How many games won? Just 2. And where do you think Manchester United should have been this season, last season, after sacking Eric Ten Hag? Manchester United wanted to be where they want to be in Europe, but it couldn't happen that way. The best things to have been done by Manchester United is to transform the club to become one of the best, but it wasn't happening. Eric Ten Hag was sacked. Ruben Amorim was appointed. Nothing concrete was happening. Nothing good was happening to the club. Nothing better was happening to the club. No good results was happening. Despite winning against one of the big clubs in the English Premier League, 0 was happening in Europe. 0 was happening in the English Premier League. 0 was happening in the Emirates FA Cup. 0 was happening in the Carabao Cup. 0 was happening when it comes to football, when it comes to Manchester United. Lack wins games for Manchester United to where they are at the moment. Games Manchester United should have won and picked the three maximum points. Those are the games Manchester United will either lose or drop that maximum points at stake. These are one of the worst seasons for Manchester United, where they want to be, where they want to get to. Manchester United isn't getting there. Manchester United isn't even attracting the great players, the most decorated players, the most wonderful players, one of the finest players. They are not attracting. Players doesn't want to come. Players that want to join Manchester United want to join Manchester United because of the name Manchester United has. And Real Madrid, Hala Madrid, closing the gap on FC Barcelona on the Spanish La Liga table. Now the points gap is 4. Where do you think can Real Madrid win the Spanish La Liga 2025-2026 season? Where do you think Real Madrid will be at the end of the season? Can they win it against all odds? Can they win it beyond reasonable doubt against FC Barcelona in the Spanish La Liga 2025-2026 season? In the English Premier League, Arsenal is still leading the English Premier League table. Man City has now dropped to third. Aston Villa moved to the second position in the English Premier League. 2025-2026 season, RC Lens in the French League 1, Olympique Marseille in the French League 1, AS Monaco in the French League 1, Paris Saint-Germain in the French League 1, in the Italian Serie A, Napoli, Fiorentina, Inter Milan, AC Milan. Where do you think these? Hi, Kilon Fletcher. How are you doing, my brother from another mother? Thank you so much for joining my live stream. It's been great. It's been wonderful having you on board. Kilon Fletcher, Manchester United have finally sacked Ruben Amorim. Do you think it's the right call to do? Manchester United want to see the best from Ruben Amorim. They couldn't get the best from Ruben Amorim, and he has gotten a sack. What Manchester United should have done, is it what they have done long time ago? Should they have let go of Ruben Amorim, Kieran Fletcher? And who do you think Manchester United should appoint? Glasner is in there to replace Ruben Amorim. Enzo Maresca is in there to replace Ruben Amorim. Lots of coaches are in there to replace Ruben Amorim. But who do you think should replace Ruben Amorim? Kieran Fletcher. Yes, it's the best thing to do, but the owners take some blame. They should take 100% blame, Kieran Fletcher. Not even, are you back in Ghana? No, I'm not in Ghana. I'm still in Dubai. I'm not back in Ghana. I'm not back in Ghana. I'm not back in Ghana. I'll be back in Ghana in 2027. I'll be here. I just want to be part of the world, explore, and then come to Europe. I want to join you. Don't worry. I'm praying I get money and then move back to Europe. Okay, so keep on praying for me like we've always been doing. I want to get enough money, come to Europe, and then we will start great things. You know, we need to do podcasts, and it will be great to have all of you on board and doing the best thing for SCTV. I said that because you are in a different place. Yes, no, I'm in Dubai. You know, sometimes I switch the phone, I switch the direction. That is the reason. If I'm in Ghana, I will let you know I'm going back to Ghana and we will start good things again. Okay, don't worry. We will start good life. When I move back to Ghana and the chance is in there for me to come to Europe, everything will change. Okay, I will be switching directions. Don't worry. The directions will always change, but it will always be SATV Sports, the best place you can get all your exclusive sports news around the world. You know, sometimes I switch the direction like this and I change the direction. So it's always like that. Kieran Fletcher, who do you think should replace Ruben Amorim? And do you think it should have been done long time ago when the season came to an end during the 2024-2025 season and during the start of the season? Do you think Ruben Amorim should have been sacked long time ago? And where do you think, why do you think this should have happened? The owners are not helping the club, the players are not helping the coaches. I think Glasner would be a good appointment at the end of the season. Do you think it should be done quicker than that? Do you think Manchester United should appoint Oliver Glasner earlier than waiting till the end of the season? Because for me, I think he should be appointed early than waiting till the end of the season. Waiting till the end of the season, I don't think Glasner will leave before the end of the season. Okay, you have a good point. Because leaving before the end of the season will always create problems. Because when you join a new club, sometimes you might not have what you want to do. The patience won't be in there. You always want to rush to do things. And when the season comes to an end and you are being appointed, you have more time to plan the season ahead. And I think you have a point, Kieran Fletcher. 100% points you have in there. Because Manchester United should start very well when the season comes to an end. And maybe United should get a manager who doesn't have a job. You also have a point in there. A manager who doesn't have a job at the moment, they can't wait for a manager who doesn't have a job and play with the team till the end of the season, and then that manager will get sacked once again, and a new manager will be appointed. They need to get an interim. And in getting an interim, it will come from two places. Either Darren Fletcher steps in till the end of the season, or Michael Carrick comes in till the end of the season. Then after the end of the season, a new coach will be appointed, is in place, and then get a new coach. But aside that, a new manager, and at the end of the season, they get sacked. It will not help Manchester United build from the scratch once again. Manchester United best formation has always been 4-4-2. Ruben Amorim came and he changed the system. And he started playing three back. But will this situation change when a new coach comes on board? Are the players not helping Manchester United? Where do you think Manchester United should be when the season comes to an end? Ruben Amorim have just destroyed everything. He has been the worst coach ever signed by Manchester United. The worst ever coach ever signed by Manchester United, playing 63 matches, winning 24, losing 23, and drawing 18. The worst ever season from Manchester United. One of the worst ever from a club. Leo, my brother from another mother. Great to have you on board. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Happy New Year to Kieran Fletcher. Happy New Year to Leo. Happy New Year to one of the best people that has made SATV Sports one of the finest YouTube live streams in the world. Leo, I really appreciate your support. Kieran Fletcher, I really appreciate your support. And everyone that has made SATV Sports the best, I really appreciate your support. Let's keep going. Let's reach 1 million streams. Let's get the best subscribers. Keep on sharing the channel to your friends and let them subscribe for me. We are 101.1K subscribers. We need to get more. We need to get 2K. We need to get 3K. We need to increase the watch hours. We need to increase the views. Let's get things done. I know you can always do it for us. Happy New Year. School is destroyed. I know, Leo, but school is also the best thing you can always do. It will make you the best in life. It will put you somewhere at the end of your career, at the end of your journey in school. It will put you somewhere. I know you are the best when it comes to education, and I know you will get there. Leo, study hard for me. I beg you. This is what I will always ask from you. Study hard and you'll get there. Okay? Leo, Ruben Amorim has been sacked by Manchester United. Do you think it's the right call to do? Do you think Manchester United should have done this long time ago than doing it this season? The worst ever season, the worst ever coach signed by Manchester United has been Ruben Amorim. He has won matches that everyone thought he couldn't win. But becoming the worst ever coach signed by Manchester United, he was signed mid-season, and everyone thought he could be the savior. He could be the one to replace Sir Alex Ferguson, but he couldn't happen that way. He brought discipline into Manchester United Football Club. Yes, I think Eric Ten Hag should return. Eric Ten Hag can return back to Manchester United because he also turned Manchester United to be one of the worst. Things couldn't happen. Gividor is out of the season, I think. Sure. And one thing that destroys football players, one thing that destroys coaches, one thing that destroys things when it comes to football are when you don't do things right. And I don't think the injury will be healed soon. At the end of the season, he'll be back. But where do you think Manchester United should be at the end of the season? Who do you think should replace Manchester United? Leo, Kieran Fletcher. When you join the live stream, please double tap on the screen and like the stream. Like the program that we're doing. Like everything that we're doing at the moment. Who is going to replace Ruben Amorim after his sack? It wasn't just a mutual decision. It wasn't a mutual decision. He was kicked, sacked. He was kicked out of Manchester United. I think Man United is gonna get top five. I think Manchester United is gonna get top four at the end of the season, Leo. Manchester United will definitely be part of the top four at the end of the season. But football is unpredictable, I'm telling you. Leo, one of the most the one thing that you cannot fathom how it's supposed to happen. Do you think the interview Amorim did had an impact on his sacking? Everything had an impact on it. You know, when you get coaches, when you appoint coaches, there are limitations on whatever they should have been doing. When they get to an interview room, they always feel superior. They always feel they have the powers to control everything. And what destroyed Cristiano Ronaldo was also his interview. And sometimes when you are going for an interview, just know well what you are going to say at a specific moment. Don't think you have the powers to control things when you are going for an interview. You should have a limitation when you open your mouth to talk about certain things. Ruben Amorim has always been on the line. His sacking has always been on the line. Everything has to change whenever you go for an interview. Whenever you go for a press conference, you should always know what to say, what to say, and what not to say. He brought discipline. I have to go now, brother. You already know. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Even a minute of your time is even important to me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you've done for me at the moment. It's been great. It's been wonderful. Keep on joining my live stream each time I come online. I really appreciate your support so much. It's a blessing to me. I can't have enough, but the little I can get from you, your your comments and everything always puts me ahead, and I really appreciate it. Part of everything we do in life has always been part of the people that brings us smiles, that brings us happiness. And you are one of those people. Thank you so much, Leo. I really appreciate this. Where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the season? Ruben Amorim is gone. But who is going to replace Ruben Amorim? Can Darren Fletcher replace Ruben Amorim? Or should Michael Carrick come in there and replace Ruben Amorim till the remainder of the season? Lots of coaches have come in. Lots of coaches have gone. I am going to also go now. I think it's late in England. Thanks for another great stream. I look forward to speaking to you again. Thank you so much. And it will be one of the best seasons ever. It will be one of the best seasons ever. My friend from another mother, an Indian, just have a look at him, and we are just having a nice time. Having a nice time. Great moments when it comes to football. Everything has to change when it comes to football. Ruben Amorim coming to Manchester United and leaving at the end. The season hasn't come to an end, but he has been kicked out. He has been sacked by Manchester United. Who is going to replace Ruben Amorim? Where should Manchester United be? And where will Manchester United be at the end of the season? Who is going to replace Ruben Amorim? Awful performances from Manchester United. Things are not the best Manchester United wants it to be. Manchester United on the map. Who is going to make Manchester United great after the season? What an awful performance. What an awful season for Manchester United. One of the worst seasons ever for Manchester United. How will things turn around for Manchester United to be the best? And who is going to do that? Manchester United should have been part of the top four long ago, even from match day 5. But here is Manchester United, 6th on the English Premier League table. Even moving to 5th has been a problem for Manchester United. When Chelsea is losing, Manchester United is also drawing. When Chelsea is losing, Manchester United is losing. When it's time for Manchester United to climb up the English Premier League table, you will see them dropping points. Kieran Fletcher, where do you think Manchester United should be at the end of the season? And which coach should replace Ruben Amorim? A coach who is not working. Someone should act as an interim till the season comes to an end. We have a long way to go till the end of the season. We have so many matches to be played till the end of the season. If a coach is going to be appointed, a coach should be appointed as an interim. Then after the season comes to an end, Manchester United will get a coach. The best person to replace Ruben Amorim should be Glasner. He has done so well for Crystal Palace. The best coach, he knows the ins and outs of the English Premier League at the moment. So Glasner replacing Ruben Amorim will be the best option. But at the moment, an interim coach should be appointed. Who is it going to be? Darren Fletcher will steer the affairs of the club. But do you think he is the best person to steer their affairs as an interim coach for now? Do you think Darren Fletcher is the best person to do it? Or Michael Carrick should come in as an interim, or Ryan Giggs should come in as an interim? There are so many coaches. One of the best coaches that can replace Ruben Amorim Who do you think it should be? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is also in there. He can also replace Ruben Amorim as an interim. Who is supposed to replace Ruben Amorim as an interim? Where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the season? Which coach has 99.9% chance of sitting in the hot seat to steer the affairs for Manchester United? Do you think it's the best option to let go of Ruben Amorim? Do you think it's the best option to let go of Ruben Amorim? Where do you think the club will be at the end of the season? Where do you think Manchester United will be? Qualify and play in UEFA Europa League? Or do you think Manchester United should appoint Unai Emery from Aston Villa? He has done so well in the English Premier League. He has been can also do well for Manchester United in the English Premier League. But the best person to do it should always be one of the best that can steer the affairs of the club till the remainder of the season. Who is the best person to do that? Unai Emery, Oliver Glasner. These are the two best coaches in the English Premier League. Since Aston Villa has been one of the best teams in the English Premier League. Should Unai Emery replace Ruben Amorim at the end of the season, or they should go in for Oliver Glasner? Who do you think should be appointed? Who do you think should be the interim manager for Manchester United? Chelsea sacked their coach. Manchester United have also now sacked their coach. Where will the club be at the end of the season? The worst ever season for Manchester United has been the worst ever season when Ruben Amorim was brought in, when Erik ten Hag was sacked. But who will be the best person to be in the driving seat for Manchester United till the remainder of the season? The season will come to an end in May. We are in January. A coach should be appointed, not an interim. So who will that be? May or June? The season will come to an end. Who is supposed to replace Ruben Amorim after his sack? Is there going to be a good coach to replace Ruben Amorim? Or Manchester United is going to face the worst ever season in their football career? Is the team going to be going down the drain each and every season, or things will change? And do you think in the Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid will win the Spanish La Liga 2025-2026 season? Which trophy do you think Real Madrid is going of the season? And can Xabi Alonso turn things around for Real Madrid to pick the 3 maximum points, the 4 points gap between Real Madrid and FC Barcelona? Can Xabi Alonso close the gap for Real Madrid? Winning by 5-1 against Real Betis. Can things turn around for Real Madrid to close the gap very well on FC Barcelona? And Hansi Flick drop points for Real Madrid to come and take charge of the Spanish La Liga and control the affairs in the Spanish La Liga, or things will turn around for the best way for the club in the 2025-2026 season? Which club has been the best so far for you? In the English Premier League, in the French League 1, in the Italian Serie A, in the German Bundesliga, and in the Spanish La Liga? Which club has been the best you have ever seen? Arsenal has been the best. Barcelona has been the best. RC Lens has been the best. AC Milan has done so well in the Italian Serie A. But which club has been the best and your worst? In the English Premier League, Manchester United is the worst ever Premier League club. One of the biggest, but they are the worst ever Premier League club in the 2025-2026 season. In the German Bundesliga, FC Bayern has been one of the best clubs across Europe. They are one of the best clubs you can ever see across the top 5 European leagues. FC Bayern is the best club you can ever think of. In the English Premier League, Arsenal is the best. Liverpool has been worse. After winning it in the 2024-2025 season, Liverpool has been the worst. And can their coach get sacked as well? 2 coaches have been sacked in the English Premier League. Are we going to see a continuation? Chelsea has fired Enzo Maresca. Manchester United have also fired Ruben Amorim. Who is the next person to go in the English Premier League? Is it going to be Liverpool head coach? Or who is it going to be at the end of the season? Some of the players will be happy. Ruben Amorim has been sacked. Some of the fans are happy. Ruben Amorim has been sacked. But is it the right call to do? Definitely, Manchester United should appoint a coach, not an interim. And will Oliver Glasner agree to join Manchester United? Or Manchester United will look elsewhere to get a good coach? Who is it going to be? There are so many coaches across the length and breadth of Europe. Who wants to be Manchester United head coach? Who wants to join Manchester United and become part of the history in the club? Who is it going to be? Do you have a coach in mind? For me, if you ask me a coach that should be appointed by Manchester United, Unai Emery and Oliver Glasner, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. These 2 coaches, one of them should be part of Manchester United and steer the affairs of the club till the remainder of the season and steer the affairs of the club till 2027, 2028, 2026, 2028, till everything that Manchester United wants to be and wants to do, it should have been done. Unai Emery and Oliver Glasner, a coach who has Premier League history, should be appointed. Not a coach outside the English Premier League. A coach with English Premier League history should be appointed by Manchester United. For the club to move forward, it should be a coach from the English Premier League. Unai Emery and Oliver Glasner, these are the 2 coaches I think as the idea of turning things around to become the best, not to become the worst for Manchester United. Oliver Glasner and Unai Emery should be the coaches that Manchester United should appoint. For me, these are the 2 coaches. You might also have a different view. Manchester United hierarchy also has a different view. But who do you think is the right person to be appointed? Who do you think should be the one to lead Manchester United to the promised land? Who is it going to be? Are we going to see the best from Manchester United, or are we going to see the worst from Manchester United? What do you think should be done? Who do you think should do the right thing for Manchester United? Should the owners sell the club? Should the Glazers sell the club? Or you think their stake in the club, the Ineos, should still be the ones to be in charge of Manchester United, or the hierarchy of Manchester United, the Glazers? Do you think they should sell the club to a good investor who can invest real big into the club? An investor who can do better than what the Glazers and the Ineos are doing. There is money that Manchester United can spend in the January transfer window. Who do you think they should sign? They have everything on board. Everything that can make Manchester United great. But do you think it's the players that are not giving in their best for the club? Eden Heaven was signed, and it's been great and super for Manchester United. But do you think it's good enough to be where they are at the moment. Sit in the English Premier League table, 15th last season, almost getting relegated, but survived. But can things turn around to be the best? Can things turn around for Manchester United? At the end of the season, is everything going to be all right for Manchester United? Where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the season? And who is the right person to come in and replace Ruben Amorim after his sack? I have mentioned two coaches whom I think they are the best to be part of Manchester United: Oliver Glasner and Unai Emery. Unai Emery, since joining Aston Villa, has been one of the finest coaches in the English Premier League. He has been one of the best coaches in the English Premier League, closing the gap on Arsenal. Since joining Aston Villa, everything has been great for Aston Villa. Since joining Aston Villa, everything has been perfect for Aston Villa. And Oliver Glasner, since joining Crystal Palace, winning 2 trophies for Crystal Palace last season in the 2024-2025 season, he became the best coach in the English Premier League. He became one of the finest coaches in the English Premier League, dominating and defeating one of the best coaches in the English Premier League. Oliver Glasner did that. Liverpool, after winning the English Premier League, lost to Oliver Glasner in the Emirates FA Cup, lost in the Carabao Cup finals. 2 trophies in 1 season, and he did that perfectly. 2 trophies in 1 season for Crystal Palace, and this is what Manchester United wanted. Can they get it from one of the best coaches in the world? Can they get it before the end of the season? Can they be where they want to be at the end of the season? Where do you think Manchester United will be after the season comes to an end? And who do you think should be appointed as an interim? Should it be Darren Fletcher? Or should it be Michael Carrick? Or should it be a different coach? But when a coach is being appointed as an interim, definitely that coach is supposed to be signed by the club. And a good one at that. Not someone they are going to try, then at the end of the season they will let go of him and then bring in a different person. A good coach at that should be appointed. And who do you think that should be? Where do you think the club will be at the end of the season? And who is supposed to replace Ruben Amorim? I have made my call. Who is supposed to come in at the end of the season? But you share the same sentiments with me. Or Manchester United should look elsewhere in Europe and get a good coach. And who is that coach going to be? And where do you think the club will be at the end of the season? When you join the live stream, please double tap on the screen, like the stream, share to your friends for them to also join in the live stream, and subscribe to the channel. And let's get far as we always wanted to go. Where do you think Manchester United will be at the end of the season after match day 20? Manchester United is nowhere near the top 4. They are sit on the English Premier League table. At the end of the season, where do you think Manchester United will be? Can they qualify and play in the UEFA Champions League, or are they going to be in the UEFA Europa League? Where will they be after the season? Who is supposed to replace Manchester United? Where do you think they will be? And who is it the right person to replace Manchester United, to replace Ruben Amorim? Who is it going to be? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share and turn your notification button on, and always subscribe to SCTV Sports. Let me know who you think is supposed to replace Ruben Amorim at the end of the season. Have Manchester United done the right thing by letting go of Ruben Amorim? Is it the right call to do by letting go of Ruben Amorim? Is it the right thing to be done by letting go of Ruben Amorim? Or it's not the right thing to do? Things are not going well for Manchester United on and off the pitch. From the hierarchy level to the playing body to the coaching department, things are not going right for the club. And they've let go of their head coach after match day 20. Can things turn around to become the best, or is still going to be the worst ever season for Manchester United? Are we going to see the best after Manchester United have let go of Ruben Amorim, or we are still going to see the worst ever season when a new coach comes on board? Are we going to see the best, or we are still going to see the worst ever season for Manchester United? Ruben Amorim is gone. Who will come in? Can Darren Fletcher steal the affairs of the club, or he cannot? Should Michael Carrick come in and turn things around for Manchester United, or a different coach should be appointed? Who do you think should come in and replace Ruben Amorim as an interim head coach? Who should come in and replace Ruben Amorim as an interim coach? When you join the live stream, please double tap on the screen, like the program, share and subscribe to SCTV Sports. And I'll be glad for us to get far with this channel. Who is supposed to replace Ruben Amorim? Who is supposed to be an interim head coach for Manchester United? Ruben Amorim was fired yesterday. Can things turn around to become one of the best for Manchester United, or it will be with the worst for Manchester United? Who will replace Ruben Amorim at the end of the season? Who is supposed to replace Ruben Amorim as an interim head coach? Who will come in and replace Ruben Amorim and turn things around for Manchester United? The worst ever season for Manchester United was in the 2024-2025, and the most worst ever was in the 2025-2026 season. Ruben Amorim is not doing the right thing for Manchester United. He has been sacked. Will the players now start performing for Manchester United to start winning matches, or we are going to still see the worst from the players? If a coach is not good enough for you, he has been sacked. Will you turn things around for the club to start winning matches? Is this the right call for Manchester United to do, or it wasn't? Or they should have waited till the end of the season and then get in a new coach, or they did the right thing? Do you think what Manchester United did is the right thing to do? After match day 20, Ruben Amorim is gone. Do you think it's the right thing to do? Or do you think Manchester United should have sacked Ruben Amorim long ago before doing it now? How do you think the season is going to be for Manchester United when an interim coach comes in? How do you think the season is going to be for Manchester United? Do you think things is going to turn around to become the best, or we are going to see the worst ever season for Manchester United? Out of the Emirates FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup, being defeated by a championship club. That was where Ruben Amorim should have been sacked. When Manchester United lost to a championship, a Division 3 club, and losing to Manchester United, losing and going out of the Carabao Cup was one of the worst ever seasons to see from a club trying to turn things around to become the best, but they were just becoming worse day by day. And now look at where they are at the moment, struggling to even win a game, struggling to pick a point from matches, struggling against West Ham United, struggling against Leeds United, struggling against Aston Villa, struggling against one of the clubs in the English Premier League. You wanted Matheus Cunha, he was signed for you. You wanted Benjamin Sesko, he was signed. He wanted Brian Mbeumo, he was signed. But still, Manchester United is where they are. Switching positions for players, but still things are not being the best for Manchester United. Patrick Dogu was signed. Players were brought in, but things are just getting worse for Manchester United. And at the end of the day, Ruben Amorim has been sacked. Which player are they going to sign in mid-season? January transfer window is coming. Which player is Manchester United going to sign? And which player do you think is going to join Manchester United mid this season? How is the season going to be for Manchester United? Which coach should Manchester United appoint? And do you think that coach will help Manchester United turn things around? And do you think that coach can help Manchester United become where they want to be? Good. Do you think that player will help Manchester United? And do you think that coach will also help Manchester United get to where they want to be? How will the season be for Manchester United? And who are they going to sign in January? Are they going to sign a midfielder? Are they going to sign a centre back? Are they going to sign another striker? Or are they going to sign another winger? Who are they going to sign? And where do you think the club will be after the season? Which coach is going to replace Ruben Amorim as an interim? 63 matches, 25 wins for Ruben Amorim since joining Manchester United. 24 losses, just a win, just one loss, and it will be 25 losses in 63 matches. 18 draws in all competitions for Manchester United. Do you think is the right thing? And Manchester United hierarchy did the right thing by sacking him. 25 wins, 24 losses in 14 months. The worst ever season, the worst ever coach signed by Manchester United. He was the best in the Portuguese league, but he became the worst ever coach signed by Manchester United. A flop. Ruben Amorim is a flop. If he is a player, he is a flop. He is one of the worst coaches signed by Manchester United. Everyone knew he would turn things around, but things were becoming worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Things were not going well for the club, and it was just going down the drain. Each and every game Manchester United plays, the team is just going down the drain, minute by minute, seconds by seconds. And he has been let go. Will the players now start performing for Manchester United to start picking 3 maximum points each and every moment and each and every game they play? The Emirates FA Cup is in there. The Carabao Cup is also in there. Which one do you think Manchester United will win? And which one do you think Manchester United will lose? And where do you think Manchester United will be in the Emirates FA Cup and in the Premier League season? Where do you think they will be after the season? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share and turn your notification button on. Follow all our social media platforms on X, on TikTok, and on Facebook. And I'll bring you more exclusive when it comes to sports news around the world. Stay blessed, be good, and always take memories and pictures of your life. One moment and your life will change. Another moment and you will have your breakthrough in life. Never give up in life. Always give your best. And one day you will enjoy the rest. Take care, and may the good Lord always bless you.